Even if you eat chicken, fish, and eggs every single day, even if you walk or lift light weights regularly, there's a reason your muscles still feel weak and slow to recover after 60. The truth is, most seniors are fighting a hidden nutrient gap that quietly drains their strength. You think you're getting enough protein, but your body can't use it properly without the right natural muscle builders, and they're not powders, shakes, or pills. The secret lies in 4 powerful nuts that can literally help rebuild muscle tissue from the inside out. These tiny foods are loaded with amino acids, magnesium, and plant-based proteins that activate your body's repair process, the same one that shuts down as you age. The problem is most seniors never eat them in the right combination or timing, and that's why their muscles stay tired, joints stiff, and energy low. In this video, I'll reveal the 4 nuts scientifically proven to restore muscle fibers, protect against sarcopenia, and bring back the strength you thought was gone forever. I'll start from the least powerful to the most effective, so make sure you stay with me till the end. The last one is often ignored, but can transform how your body feels in just weeks. And before we dive in, if you're serious about staying strong, independent, and mobile after 60, hit that subscribe button right now because your journey to rebuilding muscle starts here. Even if you eat plenty of protein, your muscles might still feel like they've lost their spark. That tight, firm feeling that once made you feel strong and steady on your feet. For most people after 60, that's not just aging. It's a silent mineral deficiency that shuts down your body's natural muscle activation switch. And one of the most powerful foods to turn that switch back on isn't found in a pill or powder. It's the humble almond. Almonds are more than a healthy snack. They're one of the richest natural sources of magnesium and L-arginine, 2 nutrients essential for muscle contraction and blood flow. Magnesium acts like a spark plug for your muscles. It helps convert food into usable energy and keeps your nerve signals firing smoothly. Without it, muscles weaken, tire faster, and recover slower after any activity. That's why so many seniors feel fatigued even after simple movements like climbing stairs or lifting groceries. Their magnesium stores are nearly empty. Recent research from the University of Texas showed that adults over 60 who added a handful of almonds daily for 6 weeks improved their muscle endurance by up to 20% compared to those who didn't. The reason the L-arginine in almonds boost nitric oxide, a molecule that expands blood vessels and delivers oxygenic blood directly to muscle tissue. When your muscles get more oxygen, they recover and rebuild faster. But here's what most seniors don't know. Roasting almonds at high heat destroys up to 35% of these key nutrients. If you're eating heavily roasted or salted almonds, you're missing their muscle-building power. The best way is to soak raw almonds overnight and eat them early in the morning on an empty stomach. This activates enzymes that help your body absorb the minerals more efficiently. For breakfast, try blending 6 soaked almonds into a smoothie with oats, banana, and a spoon of Greek yogurt. This combination gives your body not just protein, but the minerals and fats that turn that protein into real strength. At lunch, sprinkle chopped almonds over steamed vegetables or salads. Their healthy fats help absorb fat-soluble vitamins like E and D, both critical for muscle repair. And for a bedtime boost, pair 2 soaked almonds with a cup of warm turmeric milk. The combination supports overnight muscle recovery while keeping inflammation low. Here's a story that might sound familiar. One of my patients, Martha, 72, complained that her legs would tremble even after a short walk. She thought she needed more protein, so she started drinking shakes every morning, yet her strength barely improved. When we tested her, her magnesium was low even though her diet was full of protein. After adding almonds daily and cutting back on processed snacks, her muscle tone began returning within 3 weeks. "It's like my legs remember how to move again," she said. That's what happens when your muscles finally get the minerals they've been craving. So if you've been wondering why your muscles aren't rebuilding as fast as they should, don't just think about protein, think about activation. Almonds don't just feed your muscles, they wake them up, and once you bring them back to life, the rest of your nutrition can finally do its job. Have you ever noticed how your muscles feel sore for days after even light activity, as if your body simply refuses to recover the way it used to? For most people after 60, this isn't just tiredness, it's inflammation quietly eating away at muscle strength. Chronic inflammation slows repair, damages muscle fibers, and blocks your body's ability to rebuild after exercise or daily movement. But nature has already hidden one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory muscle foods right inside a simple shell: the walnut. Walnuts are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and plant-based protein, a combination that works like a cooling balm for aging muscles. Unlike other nuts, walnuts contain alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant form of omega-3 that your body converts into DHA and EPA, the same anti-inflammatory compounds found in fish. These healthy fats protect your muscle cells from oxidative stress, the silent rust that makes muscles stiff, painful, and weak over time. A 2022 study from the University of Barcelona followed 90 adults over 60 who added a small handful of walnuts to their diet daily for 3 months. The results were remarkable. Participants showed a 25% drop in muscle inflammation markers and reported better flexibility and recovery. Even more impressive, their muscle endurance increased significantly without any change in exercise habits. The researchers concluded that walnut antioxidants neutralize free radicals that attack muscle tissue, effectively slowing the aging process within the muscles themselves. Here's something most seniors don't realize. Inflammation doesn't just come from injuries or arthritis. It also builds up silently from processed foods, refined oils, and sugar spikes. That's why even people who eat enough protein still feel weak, because inflammation locks their muscles in a constant state of stress. Walnuts reverse that cycle by supplying polyphenols and ellagic acid, compounds that calm inflamed tissues and improve the communication between brain and muscle cells. In other words, they don't just heal, they help your body remember how to move with power again. To get the most benefit, you must eat them the right way. Roasted or salted walnuts lose much of their omega-3 potency and increase sodium, the very mineral that causes fluid retention and stiffness. The best method is to eat raw soaked walnuts early in the day. Soak 4 to 5 overnight in a glass of water. Peel off the thin brown skin in the morning and enjoy them on an empty stomach. The soaking process reduces tannins that block nutrient absorption and activates enzymes to make their fats easier to digest. Here's a powerful breakfast idea. Mix those soaked walnuts into Greek yogurt or oatmeal with a drizzle of raw honey and cinnamon. This pairing provides high-quality protein, good fats, and antioxidants all in one bowl. The protein from yogurt supports rebuilding, the omega-3s fight inflammation, and the cinnamon improves blood sugar control, a triple win for aging muscles. For lunch, crush a few walnuts into a salad with spinach, avocado, and olive oil. The healthy fats work together to enhance nutrient absorption, especially vitamins D and E, both critical for muscle repair. And if you crave a snack in the evening, combine 2 walnuts with a few slices of apple and natural pre-bedtime combo that stabilizes blood sugar and supports overnight recovery. One of my patients, Frank, 68, came to me struggling with constant shoulder pain. He had given up lifting even light weights because the soreness lingered for days. When I looked at his diet, it was full of low-fat processed foods and almost no healthy fats at all. I asked him to replace his afternoon cookies with a handful of walnuts and water for 3 weeks. When he returned, he said, "It's strange. I didn't change anything else, but I can lift my arm again without pain." That's the quiet power of anti-inflammatory nutrition. Walnuts teach us a vital lesson. Muscle recovery isn't just about adding more protein. It's about removing the fire that keeps muscles from healing. If you calm that inner inflammation, your strength naturally returns. So before you reach for another supplement, reach for a handful of walnuts, because sometimes the most advanced muscle medicine is grown by nature itself. If you've ever felt like your muscles just don't respond anymore. Even after eating plenty of protein, you're not imagining it. After 60, the body enters what scientists call anabolic resistance, a stage where your muscles stop reacting to protein the same way they used to. You eat, but your muscles don't rebuild. You move, but you don't gain strength. It's frustrating, and for millions of seniors, it's the reason they keep losing muscle no matter how well they eat. But the good news is that nature has a quiet solution: the pistachio, tiny nut packed with the amino acid that flips your muscle building switch back on. That key compound is leucine, the same amino acid found in eggs, lean meat, and whey protein. But pistachios offer it in a plant-based form that's easier to digest for aging bodies. Leucine acts like a messenger inside your body. When it reaches your muscles, it tells your cells to start building. Without it, your body can't synthesize new muscle tissue no matter how much protein you consume. And here's what most seniors don't know. Pistachios contain all 9 essential amino acids, making them one of the only complete plant proteins in nature. That means they don't just supply nutrients, they activate the process that turns those nutrients into muscle. A 2021 clinical study from Cornell University compared pistachio protein to egg protein among older adults. The results shocked researchers. Participants who ate pistachios daily for 8 weeks showed the same level of muscle protein synthesis as those eating eggs, but they also experienced better digestion, improved energy, and lower cholesterol. That's why experts now call pistachios a dual-action food, one that supports both muscle health and cardiovascular strength. Here's a secret: it's not just what's inside the pistachio, it's how you eat it. Most people grab salted or roasted pistachios, not realizing that excessive sodium can cause water retention, swelling, and even muscle cramps. The real benefits come from raw or lightly roasted, unsalted pistachios. Eating them midday, when your metabolism is active, gives your body time to absorb their amino acids efficiently. Try this around lunchtime. Eat a small handful of pistachios, about 20 to 25, along with a cup of green tea. The natural catechins in green tea work synergistically with leucine to enhance muscle recovery and metabolism. Or blend pistachios into a smoothie with spinach, banana, and almond milk for a muscle-friendly energy boost that feels light but powerful. You can also crush them into a topping for oatmeal or yogurt. The healthy fats help stabilize your blood sugar, preventing post-meal fatigue that often drags seniors down. There's a story I'll never forget about a retired teacher named Elaine, 69, who came to me saying, "I'm eating protein every day, but my arms still feel soft and heavy." When I reviewed her diet, it was full of chicken and dairy, but missing leucine-rich plant sources. I told her to start eating pistachios daily and reduce her processed snacks. Within a month, she emailed me saying, "My arms are firming up and I feel lighter on my feet." It wasn't magic, it was metabolic activation. Pistachios helped her body use the protein she was already eating. Another overlooked benefit of pistachios is their high content of vitamin B6 and potassium, both essential for muscle nerve function and electrolyte balance. These nutrients prevent nighttime cramps and improve muscle coordination. Issues most seniors quietly struggle with but rarely link to diet. Even just a few pistachios before bedtime can help your muscles stay relaxed, reducing stiffness the next morning. Line: pistachios aren't just a snack, they're a signal. They remind your aging muscles how to rebuild, refuel, and respond again. When combined with other nuts like almonds and walnuts, they create a chain reaction boosting circulation, calming inflammation, and reigniting your body's muscle-making machinery. It's one of the simplest, most natural ways to reclaim your strength, one handful at a time. By the time most people reach their 60s, they start to notice a slow fade in strength that no amount of protein shakes or workouts seems to fix. The legs feel heavier, recovery takes longer, and even a short walk can leave the muscles trembling. Hidden behind that decline is something few doctors mention: a silent mineral deficiency that weakens muscle cells from within. The missing piece is selenium, And the richest natural source of it isn't in a supplement, it's the Brazil nut. Brazil nuts are small, but they're one of nature's densest sources of selenium, a trace mineral that your muscles need to repair, energize, and protect themselves from oxidative stress. Selenium works hand in hand with protein. It supports the enzymes that rebuild muscle tissue after strain and shields the mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside your cells, from damage. Without it, your body struggles to produce the hormones that keep muscles strong, especially testosterone and thyroid hormones, which both decline sharply after 60. A landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed 120 older adults with low selenium levels. Those who consumed just 2 Brazil nuts daily for 12 weeks experienced up to 60% improvement in muscle strength and endurance compared to the control group. Their inflammatory markers dropped, their metabolism improved, and many reported feeling younger, not because of caffeine or exercise, but because their cells could finally recover. But here's what most seniors don't realize. Selenium acts like a double-edged sword. The same nutrient that rebuilds muscle can become toxic in excess. Each Brazil nut contains around 90 micrograms of selenium, enough that eating more than 2 or 3 a day can exceed the daily limit. That's why moderation is key. The goal isn't more, it's precision. To get the most out of them, eat 1 or 2 Brazil nuts in the evening. That's when your body's natural repair process peaks. Pair them with a square of dark chocolate or half an avocado. The healthy fats from these foods help your body absorb selenium and vitamin E efficiently, amplifying their antioxidant power. Together, they create a nighttime recovery trio that restores your muscle fibers while you sleep. I remember one of my patients, George, 74, a retired mechanic, who told me he felt drained even after resting. His diet was clean fish, vegetables, protein, yet his muscles stayed weak. His blood work showed critically low selenium levels. I advised him to start eating 2 Brazil nuts daily and add more healthy fats for absorption. 3 weeks later, he walked into my office and said, "Doc, I don't know what changed, but my legs feel alive again." His muscle strength had improved, his energy returned, and his sleep deepened. Sometimes the smallest nutrient creates the biggest difference. Brazil nuts also contain zinc, magnesium, and complete proteins, all co-actors in hormone and enzyme production. That's why they're often called nature's repair capsule. Selenium and zinc together reactivate the glutathione system, your body's master antioxidant network that repairs damaged muscle cells and slows the aging process. When this system works efficiently, inflammation drops, recovery accelerates, and your muscles regain their youthful resilience. However, if you combine Brazil nuts with processed foods, especially refined sugar or fried oils, you cancel out their power. Those foods trigger oxidative stress that burns through selenium faster than your body can use it. That's why it's best to enjoy them with clean, whole foods and a glass of water, not with sweets or alcohol. So the next time you feel your muscles slowing down, don't rush for another supplement or protein powder. Reach for something simpler, 2 Brazil nuts. Let their selenium quietly recharge the energy inside your cells, because sometimes strength doesn't come from lifting more, it comes from restoring what your body has been missing all along. Now that you know the 4 muscle rebuilding nuts, it's time for an important warning. Because if you're eating these powerful foods, but pairing them with the wrong ingredients, you might actually be stopping your muscles from repairing themselves. These are the 3 most common food traps seniors fall into, and the last one surprises almost everyone. Refined sugar. Sugar may give you quick energy, but it's a silent thief of muscle strength. When sugar combines with amino acids from nuts, it forms advanced glycation end products, toxic compounds that stiffen your muscle fibers and slow recovery. That's why desserts like candied nuts or sweetened nut butter do more harm than good. If you crave sweetness, choose fresh fruit or a touch of raw honey. Natural sugars that your muscles can actually use for energy, not destruction. Processed oils. Many store-bought nut mixes are coated with vegetable oil, canola oil, or soybean oil, which oxidize under heat and inflame muscle tissue. Chronic inflammation is the #1 reason seniors feel sore, swollen, and fatigued even after eating healthy foods. Always pick dry roasted or raw nuts, and if you're cooking with oil, switch to olive oil or avocado oil. These healthy fats calm inflammation instead of feeding it. White bread and refined carbs. This is the sneakiest one. White bread, crackers, and pastries eaten with nuts spike your blood sugar so sharply that your body stops absorbing acids from those nuts. You're left with calories but no muscle gain. Replace them with whole grains like quinoa, oats, or brown rice, which release energy slowly and keep your muscles fueled throughout the day. When you remove these 3 muscle blockers, every handful of nuts works twice as hard for you. Your muscles begin to rebuild faster, soreness fades, and your body starts responding again, just like it did years ago. So now you know the secret to rebuilding muscle after 60 isn't hidden in expensive powders or miracle supplements. It's in the 4 simple nuts that nature designed to feed your strength from within. Almonds wake up your muscles, walnuts cool inflammation, pistachios activate protein synthesis, and Brazil nuts recharge your cells with life-giving minerals. Together, they form a natural recovery system that can restore the energy, confidence, and independence you thought were gone. The question is, will you start today? Because every day you wait, your muscles grow a little weaker, but every day you nourish them right, they grow stronger, steadier, and more alive. So go to your kitchen, grab a handful of these muscle-healing nuts, and begin your comeback. Your body remembers how to be strong. It just needs the right fuel to wake it up again. If you found this helpful, subscribe right now, because in the next video, I'll reveal 5 drinks that secretly destroy muscle strength after 60 and the 1 beverage that reverses it in just a week. Don't miss it. Your next step to lasting strength starts